Here we are at the end of another great year at Cascade Christian Schools, and part of that greatness is our spiritual theme every year, and this year it's Trust God. And so we're called to trust the Lord with all of our heart, lean not on our own understanding, in all our ways acknowledge Him, and He will make our path straight. But as you know, as leaders of your home, as parents, and I know leadership here, it always starts with us, doesn't it? And I know I have been challenged personally to be able to trust Him in areas, to kind of go out on that limb and to trust Him. And you know something? God has been faithful every time, personally. Now, part of what it takes to have a wonderful school here, the ministry we have, is having the right people. So God has really brought the right teachers. We've trusted Him on that. He's been faithful. He's brought a great leadership team together. We've trusted Him on that, and He's been faithful. Brought great families and students, and that faithfulness was shown there too. God has also brought faithful supporters of our school and our mission here, which really makes a difference, and I'm very thankful for that. But you know, it's about our students. And I know our students have been trusting God all year, kindergarten through 12th grade, and even earlier than that. And I know the students have witnessed and been a part of their own personal relationship with the Lord, some for the first time, others have been transformed. But I tell you what's probably the best is for you to be able to hear some stories from some administrators, teachers, and students as they've trusted God.
Hi, my name is Carrie Bailey. I'm a third grade teacher at Puyallup, and trusting God for my family has meant a lot of transitions and kind of letting go and following where God has led us. This year, I switched campuses, just knowing God was leading us somewhere else, feeling that calling, not really sure why, and my two children moved campuses as well, and so just letting go and taking that leap of faith. At the same time, my husband had been waiting for promotion for a year and a half, and he could have been moved anywhere in Washington State. So we just put our trust in God, knowing that he might have to live in a trailer for a few months away from home, or maybe he would get this area, but instead of worrying about it, through the devotionals, really encouraged me to just trust God and know that His plan was much greater than ours. And in the end, my husband did get his promotion, and he got promoted right in this area. And we saw that the blessings that have flown through my move here to the Puyallup campus and my husband in his job promotion. So just really learning to let go and let God be in control.
I trusted God this year when I took this job. I had left a job that was prestigious, probably where I should have been in my life, being the age that I am, which I won't disclose. But when life gets messy, it's easy and natural for us to get stressed or angry or bitter, and especially when life throws you a mess. I've learned that when you trust God, He's usually, something like that happens when He's trying to transform you, mold you into something greater. When you trust Him with that, He's wanting you to be something greater than what you see yourself. And when you do that and you see what He can do, He's showing you what a different side to Him that you didn't know. And He wants you to show others as well what can happen in your life when you trust Him as well.
Hi, my name is Jonah Ledvina. I am in 7th grade, and one reason that I have been trusting God is for next year, because I'm going into geometry, and I hope that He can help me do better. And I do dance. I have 7 dances that I'm doing, 17 dances. One of them's a solo, which is the hardest to compete because you're the only one on stage, and they just look at you, and it's very nerve-wracking. And I have a trio, which is 3 people, and it's also very nerve-wracking because they look at you a lot, and they look at the whole group. But groups are less nerve-wracking because there's a lot of people in it, so you're not like getting looked at the whole time. And my favorite style is contemporary, and I have to trust God by hoping that He won't make me mess up, and trusting Him that I will do well, and I trust God that He will help me remember everything and remember all my corrections.
So my example of how I trusted God this year that was really impacting my heart was just and actually this school has something to do with it. My daughter, who is in kindergarten, here at the Frederickson campus. I actually was questioning whether I was even supposed to be her mom, and I questioned whether I had the tools to parent her the way that I felt like that she should be, and I felt like I wasn't enough, and I'm still struggling with that sometimes. And then when I encountered this school and their philosophy, it was made very plain to me by God, because nobody else could, that this was not a parenting thing, this was actually not a behavior thing on her part or my part. This was a Jesus thing, and that was a revelation to me just by going to this school and being around people that held that philosophy very strongly in their hearts. And so that was huge for me, and that parenting is a group effort. I think I was trying to do too much on my own, and so I had all the support around me, but then they made me realize that it's God and God alone, and that He wouldn't have given you this child if He didn't think that you could handle it with His help. And with His help is the key right there that I think that I was struggling with. And so just letting go enough to allow Him to help me every single day, even in the little things, was huge for me. And this school was instrumental in doing that. So I would say that motherhood was what I had to trust God with this year, and it is a constant, daily, hourly struggle.
So, well, last year, I didn't even think that I was going to be graduating from Cascade, because my father is going to be stationed on Australia. And basically, we tried to do a quarter at a school there, and it really didn't work out very well for me. It was more of an experiment type of thing that just I wouldn't have been able to graduate until 2019. My whole future definitely just went up in the air, and I didn't know what I was supposed to do. So I definitely had to throw all of my trust in God, just knowing that He had my plans. And I got an idea that I should call Dr. Friesen up and see if maybe they can arrange some way that I could still graduate through Cascade. And thankfully they were able to call me back and say that I could take Red Comet classes. I was definitely able to cling fast onto just His grace and His glory, and know that He had my back, and that He had much better plans than I could have ever imagined. So I was able to take online classes at home, and I am still able to graduate on Friday, and I'm super excited.
I want to let you know I'm so excited about next year, because God has called us to love one another, because He first loved us. So next year, our spiritual theme is Love Does. So there's going to be a lot of love going around. Hopefully that impacts your family, not only the school, but our community at large. So we're excited about next year. Thank you so much for partnering with Cascade Christian Schools as we build young men and women to impact their world for